Hey, Jerry here. Welcome to the Second Chance Show today. One of the most successful clients that I have, especially the one that we figured out that really we can help. Maria, she basically, we can say that she technically overcame bulimia with this program. At least she got very close to really put it on kind of like remission or relapse in a way that she doesn't have to do those mechanics of that again. Maria, you've been with me a while. Not only you feel like you finally find a balance between your body image and yourself, but also you found a way to keep health sustainable, right? What did you learn in this, I want to say, in these 40 weeks together? Because, there is no secret. Things doesn't come fast, nor they don't come with people not forcing themselves. You did all the work. It gives me hope and knowledge that I know that I can help, people such as me and you, with including myself, that I had binge eating issues in the past. So I know I now have data that I can specifically help not only women with body image, but also women that does have things such as anorexia, bulimia, eating disorder, and so forth. So what have you learned, and what was the biggest revelation coming in versus today?
Okay, so I'm guessing the biggest revelation was actually that eating more was getting me more and more fit than eating nothing and exercising like crazy. That's the biggest changement in my head. That was really useful to understand that food is not the enemy; it's the opposite. It's actually the fuel that gives you the ability to change your body. So I think in this program was also I spent different phases of tracking everything and knowing exactly how many calories I was eating, tracking my grams, tracking my macros, and it was really important to give me the image of what is healthy eating for me. What do I feel good with? How much calories do I need to feel with energy to perform good all the exercising, and it gives me a really different perspective of what I had before of food, that I couldn't eat chocolate, I couldn't eat carbs, and it's actually the opposite. We can eat everything if you know where to put your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were some of the most painful thing that happened? Obviously, most figurative or abstract pain that, as somebody with bulimia, you were experiencing. What were most of your not only fear but also painful points? Meaning, did you feel like you were lost? Did you feel like, you were obsessed about food? What were some of the things that were going on that stage before that you made this transformation like today?
Okay, so I spent some days where I got too obsessed by eating, and suddenly I was seeing in my app that I was almost reaching every calorie that I was supposed to eat for the day. And then I stressed because I had craving desires, and I said, oh God, but I have no more calories to eat today. What should I do? And that was the most difficult part, when I hit the amount of calories that I was supposed to eat, and I was still feeling like I wanted to have a piece of chocolate. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's also very linked to a stressful way of living, and I think it's also to be able to see, okay, today I'm gonna be really stressful. It's not the day that I'm eating less, or it's maybe the day that I'm gonna eat more, and maybe I'll try to fit the exercise in the middle of it, because you have to know yourself, and you have to be able to project that you're gonna be stressful, that you're gonna need some chocolate, that maybe that's not the day to eat less. and I think it's really necessary to forgive ourselves, because we're never going to be a perfect week. That's really rare.
Okay. Yes.
But the good thing, it's with imperfect weeks, you're still changing.
Yes, exactly. That's I don't know if you saw it, right? I mean, inside the group, we're doing the self-appreciation project, and yet Perfectionism is one of the main things that we just, last video was around that. And again, is this idea that this all or nothing mentality that people always fail with, because at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, we know that we're never going to be perfect. Even if you have a perfect physique, you're never going to reach peak health. And especially when you did reach, let's say you did reach it, right? Then you need to maintain it. So you need still to struggle with the same thing you struggled in the beginning, like time, like, if you did struggle, body image, you still always focus on, I know that somebody really achieve results when they stop watching scales and when they say, okay, cool, I like myself in the mirror now, my body's changing, I feel like I'm in the process of doing that. At least my confidence, it is getting better on that. And of course, like you said, it's about getting better and growing. And usually we grow in pain and obviously failing and then getting things better all the time. And this is obviously the notch of the success that we have. Another question that I feel like is very important, which I feel like is the biggest win that you have, is really going from relapsing in bulimia, 3-4 times a week, or maybe in a day sometimes, to now you told me like 1 or twice in 3 months, which is amazing. I know that you also had support of other things, but you told me that this thing helped you a lot. So what was the main factor of really making this shift? Because of course it's a mind shift, So what was the thing that really helped you?
I think it's a lot of that what I was saying about accepting the imperfection and knowing and having confidence that even with a lot of imperfect weeks, if you're still doing some effort to eat correctly, eat your protein, do some work, it's gonna happen. And when I start seeing the change happening, and then when I start also knowing my routines, like, okay, today I'm gonna really be stressed up, I need a chocolate, I'm gonna to eat a chocolate. I'm not doing a fuss about it, and I'm eating it. And then I was seeing, okay, maybe I hit the amount of calories for the day. If I'm not very hungry at the night, since I ate too much chocolate, it's okay, I'm staying with my calories. So I start having, like, when I had binge needs, I ate the chocolate. Even if I ate too much, I just adapt the calories to try to have the binge inside the calories of the day or inside the calories of the week. That was a strategy that really helped me, because that gave me the freedom of eating chocolate when I needed to eat chocolate. And then I started to understand that I really can eat all kinds of stuff, and that it's really something that change your life when you can accept that you eat everything, you're still doing the work, you're having imperfect weeks, and your body is changing. And it's really a feeling of freedom that I never thought it was possible. I was also starting to not believe it anymore, and I'm really thankful for the program, because it really helped me to change the mindset about food and about cravings and how to manage that.
It's amazing. Yeah, I feel like as a past and sometimes still struggling myself with binge eating, it's the fact that understanding that, whether things, because, I'm a coach for, I would say sometimes even too decorated that I should actually be. And knowing the things, like you feel like sometimes you're broken, a little bit, because you feel like, oh, if I hit that, why don't have anybody else need chocolate? Like, why do I need it, right? I mean, like, and of course, we will do several videos about it still. There is physiological needs, but also there is then psychological need that if they're not met, and reinsure, we cannot overcome that. Reinsuring yourself that you are normal and, nothing is broken and there is a way out. It's really something that, can help somebody achieve that, because the thing that you people must understand, you cannot see yourself like somebody that doesn't have those problems, because somebody that has, I told you before, people that experience those particular disorder, they do have a hormonal shift in leptin and ghrelin. They don't work well anymore. So you're gonna have different physiological needs. So you do need to find compensation mechanism, to fix, of course, the whole thing. But yeah, this was great. So what was the realization of being able to do this in an online program? Because when I hear people say, oh, I feel like I need help live, I need a trainer, and I was a trainer for the longest time, and I will say, I don't deny the fact that now I can help more people and I can probably do it better just because we know what people do with this group. But what was your realization from, saying it doesn't have to be live, I can, advice when it's great, it can be online. I mean, like, what was your starting point versus what you have now, of course, uncovered based on online programs? How was that any better, or how did you came in with some maybe reservation and say, oh, maybe it's going to be all right, but then it turned out to be very good for you?
Yeah, actually, I know that I think most of us, when we say online program, that sounds like stuff to read, a lot of theories, not so many time, and not having someone to push you and to say, you go, keep the work, etc. And it's really not that. I mean, I love the online version. It really works for me because it gives you the freedom to do it whenever you need it. You're choosing when to exercise, and you have all the information available. So you're reading it when you have the time. And like for me, I read in the train when I was going to meetings. I had the routine of always going to the program and seeing the videos while I was in the train. So it really allows one to search for the best moments to read, to acknowledge the information, and then to exercise. And really this kind of meetings, online meetings, and Skype or Zoom meetings, it's personalized, and it takes not too much time. So for me, and I have to say that it's always, you have the component of the group, the Facebook group, and psychologically it really helps to have a group of women in the same situation that you are, and that listen to you, that's cheerleading for you, and with whom you can share wherever you're feeling low or you're feeling high, and you share your victories and you share your pain. And it's really nice to have a feedback. So you're never alone, actually. It's an online program, but you really feel like everyone is there for you all the time. And I think it's amazing that an online program can reach that.
Yeah, we basically figured out what was that people would do well, until you get a problem. Then, the first bump that you really get, if you don't have the environment, people will fail, because, you have usually friends, family, with same value, same belief than you, but so you have to see it. I'm gonna give some perspective. So let's say that this is you, right? Then there is another circle with your family, your society and everything. There is the belief here, and there is the value here. And usually family has the same value than you and belief, and friends as well. And if you create a line, it looks like that. But as you change, like your value becomes better, and the belief change as well, the line gets perpendicular, right? And then if that happens, people, when you stop, because like, let's say that you find something to be very hard, you will tend to kind of like drop off, right? And then if you have the environment that goes on the same value, like you have to imagine this line shifting altogether, right? And this has been proven. That's why they say we are the 5 people we hang out the most with, and this is not by chance. If you hang out with some people that have the similar pains as you, have the similar desire of you, that they're gonna find the same struggles. When you overcome the struggles, then you really set an example. This is why group online coaching, even group online coaching, as you mentioned, it also specifically personalized, of course, it works better. But this is actually the biggest takeaway, even from us when we created it. Last question, the most important one. There is somebody, a woman that either young, a little bit older, experienced either bulimia, anorexia, binge eating, especially congruent with the body image, right? They go to war with their body on a daily basis. They try several things, nothing works. They're ready to go, but they don't know that we are the people that they should go with. How do you make them take the jump? This is if you can do that, if somebody listens to you and they listen and they actually do the steps and they have faith, they will change their life. So what would you say to them?
I will say that really don't lose hope and really trust the program. Trust your body and trust yourself. And I think when you have faith that the program is going to work, you'll also have more ability to follow the rules and not questioning yourself all the time and not blaming yourself too much every time you have a relapse, because you're gonna to have relapse. I had a bunch and I was still seeing results. Even at the beginning, when I had like 3 times per day, then okay, 5 times per week, I was getting better, but I still had a lot. And even when I was having a lot, I was starting to see the changes. So really trust that the more you trust people, the more you're able to also to trust yourself and to trust the changement of your body. And I know that normally people with this kind of problem also have a kind of a perfectionism problem. It's all or nothing. And I think you learn with time that you have a lot of where you can find happiness and find calm and find a healthy relationship with food and find time to have crazy days where you're eating ice cream, chocolate, pizza, whatever, and other days where you're able to have a structured way of eating, and you'll find your own balance. But really trust the program and don't lose faith, because I almost did and I'm really happy I didn't.
Maria, thank you so much. I feel like this is gonna, when somebody see that, is really gonna put perspective change into them, and like hopefully they're courageous enough, like you were, to take a step up and really change fully, permanently the life. Because after 40 weeks almost, we can say that you completely changed, and not only the way you look, but also really the way you feel happy, and obviously the most important, you're healthy. No more or very, very few relapses, which it tells me that essentially is the biggest win in your particular case. Maria, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see what brings next. I know that you want to go a little bit even better on the mirror, so we're going to work on that. Thanks so much for contributing to this, and especially thanks for the testimonial. Hopefully we can impact some people with it. Thank you, and I wish you a great night.
Thank you.